Tell me what means the world to you. I know it's not much different from mine. Tell me what means the world to you. Sit back and watch our worlds collide. We lie, we kill, we deal with that bullshit, cause nobody else will. Fight for the top, just to look down and looking outside. Pretend that we alright, we ain't alright.
Daydreams of rocking out stages. Haven't made it to that stage yet. Time's ticking, what you waiting for, dude? System failed, no day.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
After this, there is
The name's Yukon Cornelius, the greatest prospector in the North.
What you believe is not reality.
it's not real.
Now follow 3 kings down the rabbit hole.
Beam me up, Scotty.
Come with us. We're all the way down here. It's okay. Don't be afraid. They are watching. They know. But we must prevail. Oh, hell. You guys are going to be in so much trouble.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Tinfoil Times. The first episode, episode 1, Teflon Don versus the world. We got some things to say. This show is going to be conspiracy heavy. It is going to be geopolitical heavy. It's going to be truthers, if you want to quote unquote truthers heavy. It's going to be shit you can call in and talk about. We want to hear what you got to say too. But this is the new standard for Saturday night. Saturday Night Savagery has died, and it has gone down in this hole forever. We here have the tinfoil hats, and this is the shit we love to talk about. This is our pumping our tinfoil heart, right? So I've got my main captain. What up, boy? What up, Pookie? What's going on, dude?
Dude, not a whole lot, man. Just, typical Saturday. It's, keeping up with the insanity in the world that's been going on the last week.
It has been stupid crazy, absolutely nuts, batshit crazy. And we've got a laundry list of stuff to go over, but we're going to try to keep it. Actually, we're going to try to keep it formal. Not formal. I can't say formal. Just down a string. We're just going to follow that rabbit hole down and see what's going on the way down. And I've got the newest edition, Mulder. What's going on, sir?
Oh, you know.
I do.
Head of Clinton Foundation operatives. Lost my Facebook earlier this week.
Did you?
Yeah, Mulder's Facebook went down for about 5 days. I had to fight to get it back.
So basically you went to Facebook jail, or you basically got Facebook kidnapped.
I got Facebook kidnapped. This wasn't I couldn't comment. This was, I couldn't even log in. It said, if you looked at my page, it was unavailable. Like it didn't exist.
So for all you tinfoil hat people out there, all you crazy motherfuckers in the nation, dude, you gotta, if you're doing research on all these things, and if you're doing it on Facebook or you're part of any of these crazy groups or whatever, one thing you will come across is getting slammed. And here at WTF Nation Radio, we have rustled some fucking feathers, man, or ruffled. I can't say
dude.
rustled, but ruffled some fucking feathers. And we have got yanked, we've got danked, and we got spanked so many times. And
you're speaking the truth when they pull you down, man. That's the way it is these days.
Because this is the revolution. Shout out Sam Tripoli. This shit is the revolution. Like, I'm not saying this show in particular, but us talking like this, us opening people's eyes, or trying to. I mean, we do sound like dumb, fucking crazy dipshits from time to time. But if you kind of go into it and read on it and like kind of put things together, it makes a little bit of sense, you know? It's like,
well, to quote our boy George R. Martin, may
your connection ever rest
when you
in
tear
peace.
out a man's tongue.
You are cutting in and out, my good friend.
Oh, damn.
Ooh. They're touching you. Look, I know that you have like a supercomputer and they're cutting you. They're cutting you.
Yeah, they found out his bunker location. He's going to have to switch spots real quick, man.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get a VPN. He's probably I don't know. I just learned that term, so I'm trying to sound smarter than I am. I don't know what the fuck that is.
It's a virtual private network.
Look, check this out. Log in and log back on, or to Skype, I should say, not your whole goddamn shebang bang. But it's been a fucking crazy week. Last week was a shit show, but George Bush died.
Oh yeah, the royalty fucking processions that took place,
and that was the longest shit I've ever seen.
That just goes to show the trueness of the elitism in our country right now.
Oh yeah, absolutely, dude, and it goes so deep, and it goes into really what we're going to be talking about tonight.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to talk. Look, it's going to be a lot about Hillary, and so okay, we'll say this. We're going to touch on this Podesta stuff. We're going to touch on the New York Times stuff. We're going to talk on the France stuff. We're going to talk on to this campaign finance stuff, and we're going to talk a lot about that. And Mulder, you with us? You back with us, dude?
I think I'm back. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we can hear you. So check this out.
Don't know what's going on.
It's all good, man. It's a connection. You're going to have to call your internet service and say, I'm watching you.
He's getting DDoSed right now.
I hope not. Remember when we used to get DDoSed on the chat room? And Red Leg fucking pimped that shit out. If y'all don't know, Red Leg is a master behind the keys. So we were getting DDoS, and he figured out I wouldn't know hacker jargon if you fucking paid me, dude. I've always wanted to be a hacker, but I suck at it because I suck at numbers because I'm dyslexic as fuck.
It's not more about numbers. It's more about just knowing codes and shit, man.
Numbers. To me, that's numbers.
It's just like
Algebra.
learning a second language, man.
I don't want to learn a second language. I know Ebonics.
I mean, once you learn assembly, you can learn any language on the planet.
I don't know. So check this out.
Not spoken language. I'm talking about computer language.
To me, they just fucking beep, beep, boop in iTunes. No, it doesn't do all that.
Beep, beep, boop. Russian bot activated.
Hey, don't challenge the NPC's programming. You make them very angry. Just say Orange Man bad.
Bad.
Look, this Oscar thing is about to drop, right? And have they found a host for it? Because nobody wants to deal with it. Nobody wants to do it.
Well, I mean, who watches the Oscars anymore?
No, nobody, dude.
I heard they were going to let Sarah.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
They were going to let Sarah. They're going to let Sarah Silverman and Amy Schumer both get up there and say all their awful homophobic jokes. It's okay for them to do it.
I like Amy Schumer. I don't know why I do. I don't know why I do. Everybody hates her, but Sarah Silverman cracks me the fuck up, dude. But it's just me. I'm a sucker for crazy comedy. If you do it well, the craft of it, I love it. It doesn't matter.
Well,
who it is.
comedy is a dying art thanks to the PC culture or NPC culture or whatever you want to call it.
Who was it? There's a comedian that said it best. That being a comedian is the most dangerous job right now because of the PC culture, because of the whole PC thing. And I am on a PC war right now. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to say whatever I want, whenever I want, and however I want. And if people
That's free speech, man.
Yeah, if they come after me, like, let them.
All you got to do is just bust their balls a little bit more, man. Bust them until they just give up on you, man. That's the way I always do it.
I catch shit for doing this. Like, I mean, me and you both, man, we catch a lot of shit for doing this. And it still remains the same. Fuck your mother. Like, that's how I feel.
Haters gonna hate, man.
They can't do it. But there's some good people out there doing the good truther shit. You know what I'm saying? We're not flat earthers here, folks. We never have been. We never will be. I don't know.
I still believe in science. I don't get into that pseudoscience shit.
That one dude put out this one cat. He put out a challenge, I guess like $100,000 challenge to prove to him that the Earth wasn't flat. And somebody did it like in 3 seconds. And he's like, "Fuck, I got to pay up." So.
What was that? It was a Greek guy in Egypt. He figured out the circumference of the Earth with the sun and a stick back in like it was like 500 BC.
Yeah.
Before we had technology. So
he was accurate.
Super accurate.
So,
he was within like 5% or something like that.
And if you can create monuments for the like the winter and summer solstice.
And Stonehenge.
And you can put the fucking sun in the same spot every year. Bam, bam, bam. I mean, you're pretty good at your math, buddy. Even back then, when you're fucking eating dirt sandwiches.
Back then, they relied on the stars back then for navigation and shit, man.
I'm gonna fuck with some people right now, and we're gonna do this. We're gonna take a hard left turn into this campaign fun shit that is all over the news now. That
I need educated on this tonight, man.
The CNN cocksuckers and the fucking everybody just trying to burn down the fucking White House. But there is Republican cocksuckers in the same number. I mean, they're left and right. They're fucking cocksuckers. But there's some
in my eyes are all evil sons of bitches.
The hypocrites. To me, the hypocrisy of this whole fucking thing is blowing my mind, and I really hope motherfuckers wake up. I really hope that we can pop somebody right in the dick right now with this. So check this out. Bombshell. Trump campaign was fined $375,000 by the Federal Elections Commission for campaign reporting violations, one of the largest fees ever levied against a presidential campaign, right? The fine laid out.
Trump or Obama?
I don't know. What did I say?
You said Trump.
Okay. The fine laid out in detail in FEC documents that have yet to be made public arose from an audit of the campaign, which was published in April. Obtained a copy and concealed agreement detailing the fine, and it was sent to Sean Cairncross. Is that how you say his name? Cairn Cross? Cairncross. The chief.
Yeah, he's carrying the cross like Jesus.
Yeah, Cairncross. He's carrying that motherfucker. The chief lawyer of the Republican National Committee, one of the groups, filed complaints about the campaign FEC reporting in 2008. So I did a switcheroo on you guys out there. I did say Trump, but this is against Obama.
Yeah, that's why you had me confused, man.
Exactly. You're on top of it, right? This shit has happened time and time and time again with Bob Dole, with the Clintons,
with John Edwards.
John Edwards was the big one.
And he did almost The same thing they're saying Trump did, except John Edwards, when he did it, he used campaign funds, and then he actually went out and tried to raise more funds to pay a woman off. Trump used his own funds for an expense that would have existed whether he was running for president or not, because Trump's business is based on his name and reputation. So because this expense would have occurred whether he was running or not, Trump could use his own money for it, and it wasn't considered anything to do with the campaign.
Exactly. And on top of all this, how can he be guilty for anything when Stormy Daniels has to pay him damn near $1 million? She has to pay this man $920,000 to pay his legal fees.
That was the total legal fees. The judge knocked it down to, I think, 390 something she has to pay.
Still. If there's anything wrong, she wouldn't have to fucking pay that. Avenatti's back here fucking jerking his dick off in front of the cameras.
Well, the only thing Avenatti is qualified to beat is his wife.
Yeah, and he just beat the fucking smoking shit out of her. So,
well, if you watched his interview, he was very lawyery with how he talked. He said, "I never struck her in the head."
Let's see. Let me pull
so
this
that means
audio.
He was giving her body shots,
smacking that booty.
We'll see. Avenatti. What did he say? I didn't hit her in the head.
Yeah, I think that's what he said.
I did not strike her in the head.
Strike her in the head.
That would say, what's that when you misquote? Miscombobulation.
Or Frankencut or whatever. Frankenslice. Let's see if I can pull up a video for this of him saying this shit. Stormy Daniels' lawyer Michael Avenatti makes a rare misstep in legal. I don't know. This is a whole. I just want to see the interview. I just want to hear the interview. Guess it's not there. Maybe they took it down. Google is very good at that, by the way. But it's really the best search engine.
Duck, go.
Duck, go?
Yes, it's a.
Duck,
you go ahead.
DuckDuckGo outsources some of their searching through Google's algorithm, though.
Well, fuck. Because of the big dogs.
It's still a little bit more accurate than Google, though. It's not as censored. I mean, what was that old search engine, Alvista, that used to be completely, you could actually search deep web links with it?
Oh, I was going to say Ask Jeeves.
Ask Jeeves.
Yeah, Ask fucking Jeeves. He knew everything except my address.
You think Google has a monopoly?
Fuck yeah. Look, Google, Amazon, Walmart, I think Amazon is about to fucking outdo Walmart. Of course, man.
I highly doubt
Part
Amazon.
of the reason Amazon does so good is because they're not competing at a local level with taxes. Now, once they start taxing things at a local level for everything you buy, Amazon's edge is going to get cut down a little bit. Chicago's already doing it. Chicago's wanting to tax fucking PlayStation owners.
Yeah, they are doing it now.
Let's see. Here's this YouTube clip. Watch on YouTube. Oh, turn it up, motherfucker. Here we go.
I'm going to make this very brief and very succinct.
Succinct.
I did not hit her. It's not true. It's bullshit. I did not hit her.
Oh, fucking love it, dude.
I'm going to make this very brief and very succinct.
Did not hit her. It's not true. It's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not.
Yeah, dude, that's perfect. I hate that fucking movie.
Dude, I was not expecting that, but
no, I
kind of killed me a little bit
yeah,
inside.
that makes it all worth it. So during all this stuff, like during all these campaign finance shit, Trump, what did he do illegal at all? What is impeachable, I should say? What is impeachable?
Well, the key when you read what his lawyer got charged for was nothing to do with Trump. Right. Absolutely nothing. It didn't even come within degrees of touching Trump, the campaign, anything. His lawyer got arrested and got charged with tax evasion. Now, he cut a deal trying to get some leniency. The fact that he got 3 years shows that he couldn't produce anything to give them to use against Trump.
So he's in the fucking clear.
Oh, but according to certain people, man, that ship is sinking. You know, like Orange Man Bad, execute, impeach.exe shit, man.
It's the beginning of the end for Trump, they said nervously for the 147th time.
How was it? Vice posted an article a while back. I read something about we should be very careful about impeaching Trump. And I was like, what's going on with Vice?
Yeah, because Vice is really liberal, man. They're really,
that's
liberal.
going down. I mean, do you really want Pence as your president? Do you?
No, man. No. Hell no.
Do you want Mike Shock the Gay Away Pence?
Oh, my God, man. Hell no. Hell fucking no, man. I can't deal with that Jesus shit. I'm sorry. I just can't deal with it. I'm not in the White House.
I swear Trump was playing 4D chess when he picked him as a vice president.
Yeah, because they're like, nobody wants to fucking get him.
And then think about the other situation here. You've got how many million people? 50 million voters that voted for Trump. That now you're saying, oh, your vote is now null and void. How many of them are we're gonna have a yellow jacket protest going on?
Oh fuck! I hope not.
Those are the gun owners. I mean, come on, guys, you don't want to do that shit, man.
I hope none of that shit
now,
happens.
Speaking of the yellow jacket, did you see that they got a tank the other day?
Did they?
Yeah, they were shown unloading. They were shown unloading a tank.
Like what kind of tank? You there?
The French Surrender Mark II. I'm not for sure what it was.
Oh, there you go,
dude. So if they come with a fucking tank, it's gonna get stinkier over in France. It's gonna smell like blood and piss this time. It's going to be bad, man.
Instead of straight manure, they were spread manure all over their prime minister's house or whatever they call it over there, the White House or whatever it is.
But that shit's so condensed over there. I feel like it could happen there. Here, fuck no.
Them brick up the fucking the wall in front of the house, like the driveway gate or whatever. They had a mason out there stacking concrete blocks with mortar, bricking that shit up so they couldn't get back out.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they ain't playing around over there. And we're kind of getting off subject here. I mean, we were supposed to be talking about this a little bit later, weren't we?
Yeah, we were. Fuck it. Let's go. We'll jump to something when we get done. When we exhaust this one. Fuck it.
All right. No, I mean it's the petty like Mark. What was no confidence vote?
Oh well, she won that.
No, France did one too. I mean, the people don't vote on.
And May did one.
Yeah, for the people don't get to vote on that. That's Parliament that gets to vote on that shit.
Oh, we don't have nothing like that.
And Britain's getting pretty pissed off too because they said, "Look, we want this Brexit. We want out of the EU," and now they're saying, "Well, no, we're going to vote again, and we're going to have another vote, and we're going to have another vote until we get the result we want."
Yeah, let's vote until we get the results. That's not how democracy works. I'm sorry.
Are you shitting me?
Yeah, that's what they're trying to do.
Let me write this text message. That's super professional. So, what is that? Like, is that just like a Parliament thing? Like, we don't have anything like that besides like the.
No confident vote would be kind of like similar to an impeachment processing. I think this is the best way to explain it.
It's like censure. It's saying, look, we don't think you can do the job anymore. We want to remove you from office.
Jesus. So
but I mean, the prime minister, the swamp is always in cahoots with the swamp. They're looking out for each other. That's the way it always works. I think that pissed the people off more than he tried to be like, I want to raise the minimum wage. I'm going to reduce this. I'm going to X this gas tax and shit. Like raising the minimum wage ain't going to help shit. We all know that. This is going to make shit worse.
a bunch of the French generals signed off on a thing saying that, look, you're basically committing treason against your country by continuing to import people when our economy can't handle it.
Oh yeah, that's another thing too. Is the migrants are pissing them people off.
It's happening everywhere.
That's the EU though, man. That is the EU altogether.
That's happening everywhere. That's
Italy.
That's part of Agenda 21 right there, man. That's key to Agenda 21 right there.
What about Italy, Mulder?
Italy clamped down on it pretty good. They elected a new populist leader. They've been turning away the NGO boats that are rescuing migrants. I mean, Italy is really moving towards reversing the trend that's been going on with bringing in a ton of people because they don't like what it's doing to their society.
Well, no, man. Look what it's done to fucking Great Britain, man, or England, or France.
Belgium. Belgium's a shithole now. Sweden. There's places in Sweden you can't even set foot in because sheer law took complete control.
Dude,
there's places in Sweden where they've had like hundreds of grenade attacks. Grenades, fucking hand grenades.
I don't know how you get a hold of those motherfuckers. You drop them.
Norway's another one of them. Poland, on the other hand, oh my god, them guys held it down. They're like, no, we ain't doing this shit.
Well, I hear the Polish military is badass motherfuckers.
The Polish border patrol and everything, they've pretty said, fuck y'all, step a foot in our borders, we're shooting your ass. Czech Republic's pretty based too.
But they can do that shit over there, man. We don't have that. We've got too many fucking like Sandy Puss Sallies over here fucking, oh my God, let all the motherfucking everybody in here.
Part of the globalist agenda, man. That's why they said, go to college, kids. Go to college. You'll get a higher education. They get gender studies degrees and shit like that. And that's why half the youth is in debt and they're all idiots.
Well, one country banned gender studies degrees. They said that's not a viable career outcome for people. And they said their university, I think it was Hungary. I feel like it was Hungary.
Everybody in Hungary is anorexic.
So, okay, now we just talked about the Polish Border Patrol and them, and we always kind of talk about the fake news and the way you can control and shift a narrative.
Yes, absolutely.
What have you guys heard about this shit with the 7-year-old girl that died in Border Patrol custody?
I haven't heard anything hit me.
The media is spinning it hard.
Let's hear this because I haven't heard this at all.
That was big today, wasn't it? That was news today, wasn't it?
Really?
Breaking today, at least.
It's been news for a couple of days. Why don't you tell me what you've heard, Pookie, since you're up on it a little bit, and then I'll tell you with the real details.
What I got from mainstream media was that a 7-year-old girl died from dehydration while being detained by the Border Patrol. That's what I got from it.
Okay, so here's what happened. Border Patrol picked up a group of migrants out in the desert, whatever. The Border Patrol, this was about 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. They, processed them. They had the dad fill out paperwork asking if she was sick, injured, anything else. Then they had a 90-minute bus ride to a Border Patrol station. During the bus ride, the girl threw up and became unresponsive.
Yeah.
On the paperwork the dad filled out, he said there was nothing wrong with her. When they got picked up, they were given water and stuff on the bus.
Yeah.
The girl apparently didn't drink any of it.
Okay, she didn't like agua.
They get to the Border Patrol station. EMTs check the girl out. She's got 105 body temperature. They say, no, this isn't good. They call in an air evac. They air evac'd her to a children's hospital. They arrived at the Border Patrol station at 6:30. They called for the air evac. By 8:50 that morning, she was inside a children's hospital in El Paso. So she was only in Border Patrol custody for less than 8 hours, and those Border Patrol agents moved heaven and fucking earth to try to save that little girl.
So she did pass.
She did pass because she didn't get to eat or drink over the multiple days of trying to move through the desert to sneak into the U.S.
So but they're flipping this on the Border Patrol.
Hell no, this is she was in the elements. Like she was. If you're saying
let me spin a story. You're an American citizen, and you just grab your kid and say, "Hey, we're going to walk 3 or 4 days through the desert with no food or water, and Child Protective Services gets a hold of your ass, what's going to happen to you?
Right. So, and they're not acclimated to that shit or used to it. In any
No, if they're from down in Guatemala, Honduras, they're used to a tropical, wet environment. They ain't used to that dry desert in New Mexico and shit.
Fuck, dude.
But even if you're used to it, a child's body can't handle going through that environment without water and food. It's just not right. It's not healthy, and the body's going to shut down. She actually died of septic shock because her body was shutting down from the dehydration.
Now, if the wall would have been built, and this is my personal opinion, but if the wall had been built like we were trying to, this wouldn't have happened.
Well,
this is my opinion.
Well, because it's a deterrent. You're not going to get through this shit.
You're not going to lift your 7-year-old kid over that wall. You're not going to do it.
That brings me to ask about, I mean, I might need to say this for later and tell me if I need to, about this debate in the Oval Office between Trump, Pelosi, that shit show, and old Chuck Schumer.
That was Trump putting them on notice because the way he spun that was perfectly. First, if you watch that whole interview, Nancy wants to get the reporters out of there once it starts to get contentious.
Zero
She says,
transparency.
can we get them out of there?
Yeah.
And Trump goes, no, it's good for transparency.
Yeah.
Because he wanted them on the record saying that we're not going to give you the money for the border wall. And Trump saying, okay, I'll shut the government down because we need this to protect the country. I'll take the blame for it. I'll take the blame for trying to protect the country.
I hope they flip it, man. I hope we get it, man. We actually, I feel now that I've got like all these things in the vision, and I look at it like this, and I put it in this stupid analogy, but it makes the most sense to me, is you have this yard, you have your house, you have your shit in your house, and that is your world. Mm-hmm. That is your world. You're not going to let 9 million motherfuckers into your yard. You're not going to. That's not feasible. You can't feed them. They can't produce anything. They're just going to take. There's too many.
Uh-huh. And our infrastructure right now is just too batshit crazy for that shit. We got bridges collapsing, and you want to bring what?
Not only that,
13 million people.
Unskilled labor.
Yeah. Yeah, and I do know they do jobs that go ahead, sorry.
Unskilled labor that doesn't speak the language.
I know they do jobs that the average American doesn't want to do. I do know that, and shout out.
I'll shut you down on that. They do jobs that the average employee doesn't want to pay a proper wage for. They'd rather pay someone coming across $4 an hour.
Well, I tell you what, I don't want to fucking pick strawberries, dude. I don't want to do. I don't want to work in the farm. I don't want to fucking hand pick shit. I don't want to mow yards. I don't want to fucking
pay me a decent amount of money. I'll do it.
Oh, if
I ain't doing it for chump change.
If you're putting me in a fucking labor union and paying me $40 an hour to pick strawberries, you goddamn right I'll do it. But I'm not going to do it for nothing. Fuck no. That's one of the hardest jobs ever. I don't even see how people fucking put tile or like shingles on roofs. Those motherfuckers, that shit's hard as fuck.
I did for a living, man. It's not that bad,
that
man.
For summer too. When you pay me a good wage, I'll bust my ass for you putting a roof on.
Richard Soul says bacterial infection, emesis, emesis, EMESIS. I do not know how to say that word. I've never seen it, I don't think. Equals diarrhea, equals dehydration, and then equals worsening infection. For that little girl.
Sounds kind of like cholera, kind of.
Diarrhea is a bad motherfucker. If she had that, I mean, you're getting that water sucked out of you, man. It's bad news, man. You got a bacterial infection.
Matsumoto's revenge or some shit that you get down there going to Mexico drinking water.
Montezuma's revenge, but that's more because we process our water here and they don't really.
Yeah.
But think about if you guys were on like a 15-mile ruck and you weren't allowed to eat or drink.
You're fucked. You're fucked.
You're done.
You're absolutely fucked.
Shit, I've done a 15-mile run drunk off my ass.
Well, bud, you're not a regular
You were
human.
hydrating.
Yeah. You're not a regular human, Pookie. You're not.
I'm
you're
a
not
beast.
Yeah, you're not like the rest of us. You're a fucking Sasquatch of a man. You like pickle juice and whiskey and fucking ronkin' drunk. No. I can't.
Hell yeah.
I fucking hate runkin'. This is the worst goddamn thing ever.
Love
Richard says it means throw up. Emesis means throwing up. Okay. Yeah, dude, and she had you said 104-degree fever?
No, she had 105-degree internal body temperature.
Okay, then that is on the board. Isn't 106 dead as a doornail?
She was pretty close to organ failure.
Let's see. Cal Russo says exactly. I've got lots of buddies in the construction industry, which is booming here in Tennessee, yet wages are still low due to huge amounts of illegal aliens. Yeah, dude, South Park got it right. They took a jibs. Dude, they're paying them fucking less and less. And the
that's
employer,
how I lost my roofing job, man.
Yeah, the employer, he has to make a fucking profit.
No, it's to the point of making a profit or being greedy, and at that point it was being greedy because he realized I was making $15 an hour. He could hire 4 illegals for $10 an hour, and they would work it.
Wait, $15 an hour for fucking laying shingle?
Yeah.
God damn, that's nothing. That's nothing.
Yeah, well, when you're young, that's good money, man.
Well, when and back in those times, like, it's fucking crazy to say we're old enough to know a big difference from, like, the exchange rate, I guess so.
The inflation, the insane inflation.
Yeah,
because I think minimum wage when I was a kid was $4.25 an hour. So I mean, $15 was killer at that point.
When we talk about the construction industry, you look at house prices in areas where it's a strong union state versus where you have a high influx of illegals. I had a house built from the foundation up in Texas in 2008. That was costing me $130,000 for a 3,000 square foot house.
Fuck. Was that a sanctuary city?
I was outside Houston.
So yeah.
Oh,
that whole area.
Well, I don't know about now, but
it's not necessarily sanctuary, but there's a high illegal pop. I mean, when I was coming out to check on my house, not a single dude that was working on that job site spoke English. I can promise you that.
Cal Russo says it's a Walmartification of the USA. Nobody wants to pay livable wages anymore. It's so crazy, dude.
You want to dig into Walmart. Walmart gets away with what they do because of the government.
Yeah.
Because of subsidies.
They lobby everything.
They know that they're getting the living wage is what the government's paying just to keep them poor guys making minimum wage at the 2 cash registers that open at any given time.
Jake Ford asks, how much do they pay for laying pipe? Bruh, I hear it's good in California, but it's gay pipe. So go for it, buddy. If you wanna get that gang.
If you unionize plumber in Virginia, a journeyman makes about $25 an hour.
Dude, plumbers make good fucking money because everybody needs them. Everybody.
I think he was talking about the Navy kind of laying pipe, though.
Yeah, that's Navy pipe for sure. But Pookie is correct. Pookie is correct. It is the Walmartification of USA, man. Everything's monopolized. We're fucked. This shit.
Amazon's been notorious for doing that too, paying their employees during the holidays, like their seasonal employees, shit, and part-time jobs, relying on the government to cover the rest of it, foot the rest of the note.
Brian Rudolph says old jobs paying big money right now. I am a CWI and I make about $4,000 a week. Look, when I I was union and I worked at a quarry as a blaster, and I was making about $4,000 a week, and that was fucking amazing. And when I worked out offshore, I was making on the oil rigs. God damn, the money I made! But I was out there when they laid off 3/4 of the fucking fleet, when everything just shit. And that was Obama era.
Oh, that was during the whole no drilling in the Gulf era, and then China was fucking drilling like crazy in the Gulf.
It was. I missed that fucking kind of money, but it was It was dead then. I'm never going to go back. I can't do that shit no more. But
that work will kill you.
Oh yeah, but it's fun, man. I do miss being on that rig, man, and that big motherfucker rocking me to sleep. Oh, it was nice.
When I worked at the steel mill for a little bit, yeah, I'd get $2,500 a week sometimes, and it was hard work, but it was good money.
And they're great jobs, and young people should, dude. Actually, during that time when I was trying to get offshore, it was trying to like get drafted to the NFL. It was fucking impossible, and all these young guys going down to Houston, down to Sugar Land, and everything, and we're all in doing this test to get on the rig or whatever to get hired. You have to do this fitness test, and these young guys are just fucking rolling past me, and I'm like, fuck, man. I'm never going to get this. I did get the job, but it was like, shit. You can't, it's hard to compete. It's really, you got to be young and fit to work out there, man. You really do. And all these big hardcore jobs.
It's hard, man.
It's super hard, man. All these hard ass jobs, you got to be fucking fit or just batshit crazy. And like, tiling a roof is like the craziest shit to me or whatever. Or like,
just roofing in general.
Framing houses, any of that construction
framing
works hard.
Sucks, man. Framing sucks.
I worked as a bricklayer on a coke oven where we would have to go relay refractory brick inside an oven that was still on. We'd put these sheets of basically asbestos up to block the heat. And it was still like 1,800 degree wall temperatures around us. And you were just popping in, laying a brick, popping right back out.
I bet you that took forever, dude.
Yeah, it was not a quick process. I mean, it was hard ass work, but it was interesting.
Do you know what a pit cleaner? Do you know what mud is on a oil rig? So I went down in the pits and cleaned the mud out of these big, huge mud pits, and it would be 100+ degrees in there, but you have a hazmat suit on because you have H2S in there, and you'd fucking die. You breathe that, you get one breath of that shit and you're dead. And it was the worst. I put a fucking dip in one time and put a hazmat suit on and forgot I had a dip in, and I'm fucked. I'm puking in my goddamn hazmat suit. And then I had the SCBA on and everything. It was just the worst. I'm like, fuck this job, fuck it. When you can't breathe real air, like that's why I could never be like an underwater diver, man.
Coal miners are the same way, man. They have to wear them rebreathers, man.
They're more badass than I ever will be.
We had that shit at the steel mill when I went from the coke to actually working where they poured the iron. We'd wear those silvers, you know what I'm talking about? Where you see like the firefighters wearing the silvers.
The reflectors.
And I'd be standing next to this 3,000 degree iron, like doing stuff like using a 20-foot long iron bar and trying to push these pieces of carbon out of the liquid iron. And you would just get so hot, man. By the time you'd walk away and like throw those silvers off, it felt like your soul was leaving your body, like that much heat just like exploded off of you.
That's dude. Brian
pulling that slag off that damn steel, man.
Oh yeah. Brian Rudolph says the industry needs 100,000 Boilermakers, but there's only 80,000 available in 2019. Is going to be an awesome year for the oil industry. Boilermakers will make about $3,000 a week. I don't even know what a Boilermaker is. It's just like is that just like welding?
It's kind of like a millwright, I think. You're just kind of an iron worker.
Hey Rudolph, let me know what that is exactly. Like
I think those are the guys that throw the rivets in to the old boilers. They're actually like slamming hot steel together with a riveter and shit, man.
It's kind of, I like watching it on YouTube, to be honest with you. I like.
I'm big into the blacksmithing. I love every aspect of it. I watch all that shit, man.
I watch like how they make fucking big lug nuts for battleships and shit like that. How these Chinese motherfuckers got 20 little dudes out there just slinging this hot ass metal and everything.
They're drenched in. There's a guy falling around with cold water, just slapping them down because they're covered with cotton cloths to protect their skin and shit.
Brian Rudolph says no. Someone that turns wrenches. and making $3,000 to turn wrenches. There's got to be something else to it.
This is why I keep saying, if you got kids that are about college age, tell them just screw college, take them to a voc technical school or a trade school.
College is a scam.
An electrician, HVAC. I mean, there are so many trades that you can make a good living at, that you can get scholarships in.
Welders in DC make $80 an hour.
Russo says pipe welders are huge demand. If you get your inspector certification along with it, you're golden.
That's a skill there.
Hell yeah.
A good welder.
I can weld, but my shit looks like someone blew a freaking snot rag on some shit.
I can
weld.
I've seen some fucking master welders in my lifetime, and it is so hard to get that good. And when they say a stack of dimes, to me that's beyond that. I mean, you can do art with that shit, man.
My welds look like Stormy Daniels after a bukkake.
Ooh, just splattered everywhere.
There you go. I got the same looking welds. I mean, I could tack weld the days on end. You want me to throw a nice bead down? It ain't happening.
Cal Russo says, listen to Mike Rowe. Hey, his TED Talk is absolutely amazing, dude.
That dude he leans more liberal, but the shit that comes out of his mouth, I'm like, holy shit, man. He's a common guy. He's smart as hell.
I met him in Orlando in 2009 at a tool conference. Dude is so chill and laid back. He didn't want to be in the center of anything. He was just there. He was
humble dude, man.
I think he was sponsoring Granger Tools at the time. They were sponsoring him. Yeah, he's just a guy.
Yeah, he is a blue collar dude, man, and I like that about him. And his voice is the best.
Dude, the best thing ever was when he shot that drone down in his underwear.
I love Dirty Jobs, man. That was the coolest show ever.
When he had to bite the sheep's nuts off.
He damn sure did, too. He damn sure did. That one, I'll remember the episode vividly of the Vegas one where they took all the food and he took it to this one old crazy motherfucker outside of Vegas, and he just boiled all that wasted food and fed it to the pigs. That episode, just that greasy, boiled, everything in one big silo, and it was so fucking gross, and it was just slop. It just basically cooked slop. And they poured the whole thing in the back of a truck.
When he was at that dairy farm where they had the cow shit holding tanks, and it froze over, and he had to be up there on the boom with a pressure washer trying to pressure wash frozen cow shit off the side of that silo when it was like -30 out.
Yeah, tough stuff, man. But he did
That dude knows what the suck is.
Yeah, he does know what the suck is. And he is a very, very good example for, youth in America, man. Like, let's talk about.
He always say, find a job you're good at, not the one you love.
Well, it's a part of schooling, man, and this is getting completely off subject, but it kind of goes into. This is why a lot of kids are fucking dumb as fuck these days, is because all we learned in school was to repeat what somebody told us. That's it.
That's been more of a recent thing. School has become, because the far left started to follow Saul Ansky's rules for radicals, where they would get liberal-leaning teachers in and they would start to control the curriculum, and then those teachers would move up to positions of authority. Then they would bring more of them in and more of them, and eventually you got the whole curriculum and you got everything leaning the direction you want. That's why they're getting rid of vocational classes. That's why these kids are graduating without having, a home ec class to where they know how to cook, know how to sew a button, know how to do laundry.
Why don't they have that? I mean, is it because they think, oh, well, women aren't supposed to all just cook? I mean, I know a lot of dude chefs. I know a lot of women chefs.
Oh.
Like,
my daughter's in 7th grade, and she's in a class called FACS, which is basically like our home ec.
Yeah.
It's half girls, half boys.
Good.
They learn how to cook. My daughter already knew how to do laundry, but the teacher makes them wash their towels and, their dirty dishes and all that stuff. They learned how to sew. This is basic shit people need to know how to do.
Absolutely.
But if you keep people beholden to somebody else, you can control them.
Yeah, it's pseudo slavery at that point. You're dependent on that person.
Chris Waston has a question. He says, my question is, what do you do when you get so messed up in the Army you can no longer do the trade or skill that pays great, forced out into school, get a low-paying job, or no job at all working at it, or a low-paying job or no job at all working at a desk? Fuck.
If you can't, I was kind of in the same boat you were in, because I had broke my back and both ankles. If you can't do the physical labor anymore, man, learn computer stuff, learn code, learn IT. That's where part of the future is. If you can't do the physical side of it, learn something like that.
Yeah, and the inner IT in me right now is screaming, "Don't do it," because it's a flooded job market.
It is a flooded job market, but don't do what everybody else does. Don't just get, my CompTIA on my A+. Learn to code. Learn to code something that people really need, like Python, or I forget what all the languages are now.
Ruby's a good one. If you can do Ruby, you're set, man. You're making money. Unix, Linux, that's where it's at, man.
Learn program logic controllers. All these automated factories, they have program logic controllers. Learn the ins and outs of that shit, and you will get you a good paying job.
Dude, I'm going to put my kid on these fucking games that teach kids how to fucking code. Like, I'm just going to fucking, like, they've got video games now that teach babies how to fucking code. The younger you teach them, hopefully my son will fucking code a sweet ass fucking like DARPA app or something. Who knows?
Or Flappy Birds and make $1 million in one night because of the stupidity in the world. One of the two.
My 10-year-old boy already got caught looking at boobs on his phone. So if he codes anything, he's going to be the webmaster of a porn site.
Well,
let's
be honest. We were all sneaking to the shed looking at our fucking mom's boyfriend's Playboys. Let's be honest with us.
Sears Christmas catalog.
Oh yeah, everybody jacked it to that Sears. Everybody jacked it.
I remember that.
Lingerie section.
In a fucking hot shed in July. Anyway, Jake Ford says, "Oh, for sure. I have my degree as a teacher. I drive a truck now, making $100K. Fuck them bratty ass kids. They pay $36K a year. Yeah, I didn't need a damn degree. You're right, man. Like, when I got out of the Army, I was like, let's go to fucking school. Let's do this. I was confused for a couple years about shit. I tried a bunch of different things. Audio engineering is what I landed on. But I do that here. I mean,
you can use your VA to go to a technical school. You can.
Yeah, but there's a lot. So let's talk about this. And this is more off of Ice's level on his show when he talks about Army shit. But when you're getting out, when you're fucking ETSing, you get put in a fucking what is that shit called again? When you put in a classroom and everybody says, "Come be a mechanic." ACAP. Come be a mechanic for fucking NASCAR. Bro, we'll teach you goddamn mechanic skills for NASCAR. Woo! Like,
go to the Marine schools too, man. The Mercury Marines boat engine classes and shit. Those guys make a killing.
Ooh, Marine. I was actually debating on it because I'm living in Florida now. I was like, I wanted to do welding. I'm probably still going to do that, but I'm debating on a Marine motor, like diesel or whatever that is. You know,
you remember
because that pays good money.
You remember Katie Cat, Pookie?
Yeah,
her husband, Mr. Katie. He does that here in the Ozarks, the Lake of the Ozarks. That motherfucker's balling right now. He's Army. He's Army.
Hey, Jay, whoever that was saying they got hurt while they're in, if you've already used your VA for your GI Bill and you've got a rating, check with Voc Rehab. They might have some programs that'll
send you back to school. Dude, so at War Horses for Veterans, we were just talking about this. They got billions backed up for that shit. They absolutely
Rehab
do.
Is where they will buy you, like, for whatever trade specialty, they will buy your tools for you.
Fuck yeah. So I'm trying to get with them to get fucking filmmaker stuff, man. Like, I'm trying to get grants and everything to have, like, my own filmmaker studio. That's what I want to do. I want to make movies.
Are you going to do GoPro point of view porn?
No. If I'm going to do that, I'll have a telescopic.
It's all about the VR. He's all about that VR.
That VR and that fucking telescopic thing that you can get to your iPhone and just shove it up in there. Or you can
I need an electron scanning microscope since I've got that micro penis.
That's what's up, dude. We can do that. We can make robots for it. We can 3D print
it's all about
you.
the angle.
It's all about the angle, and we can 3D print you a keg. So, what it boils down to is college is bullshit, kind of.
No, I won't say college is bullshit. STEM is where it's at, and people neglect that shit. No.
Well, I'm talking about like when you fucking have to. Well, us veterans here don't have to worry about financial help when it comes to college or anything like that, or financial aid. We don't have to worry about paying that shit back, which is a fucking plus. We got shot at for it.
Yeah. Get yourself into like a good trade school to where you're in a good trade and you're making good money. And then if you want to pursue a college degree, pay for it out of your own pocket. Don't take down loans.
And one thing you guys want to look at is look at job placement in the field they got their certificate or degree in. Don't look at, so many students were hired. What were they hired in? Are they working in the field they got their degree in? Because that absolutely matters.
What's that website? The government. It's a government website that shows the jobs that, like, the job prospects, like whatever like degree you're going into is going to show you a 10-year futures on this shit. And I can't remember.
I have no idea.
And the other thing is you want to look at the reputation of the kind of school you're getting into. Don't get yourself into a situation like those guys at ITT Tech.
Fuck Street.
What was it? Phoenix, Arizona, the Phoenix one?
University of Phoenix is questionable at best because you want to look at if the credits transfer out. If you're stuck with credits that are only good at that school, run the fuck away because that's not a good school.
Hell no. And dude, I remember University of Phoenix were blowing me up when I ETS. Bad. Fucking real bad. I'm like, hell no. I don't even want to go to fucking Arizona, man. I just got back from Iraq. Fuck you guys.
You can be a University of Phoenix instructor if you can actually write your name on a piece of paper with the first 3 letters correct.
I don't know
That's
how to
all
read.
their qualifications are.
I don't know how to read. I'm half blind and my leg hurts. I can't teach shit.
Well, I mean, I'm unregistered and unvaccinated, so I got that going for me.
Oh. Dude, I listened to some shit about vaccines today. That's a whole nother show, guys. And I really do want to touch on Big Pharma and stuff like that in a later show. We're not going to jump around that crazy.
Since we were talking about Big Pharma, let's jump back into our campaign contributions, since they're one of the biggest contributors to politicians because they want to control what people can and can't do.
They lobby the fuck out of politicians, guys.
Oh yeah, they do. And what's that big monopoly? You know, the only U.S. drugs can be sold in the U.S.
It's Butterball. It's the Butterball monopoly. I'm picking up what you're putting down, Pookie. I'm picking up what you're look. Go get that bird, motherfucker. Look. We're gonna take it. It's 8:00. We got to go turn the bird. That's what we have to do. We're gonna go turn this bird, and we'll be gone for just a few minutes, guys. Stick around. There's gonna be more tinfoil times. I'm gonna put up the phone line. After we're gonna talk about some deep shit here with this timeline, with the this whole Mueller thing and the Comey thing and all this fucking thing. We're gonna talk about this timeline, and then we're gonna open up the phone lines for you to call in, ask anything, any questions, man. We don't give a fuck. You can call us buttholes if you want to. I don't care. But right now we're gonna take a fucking break and check out this music video. It's called Invincible, and it's by some fucking veterans. So, guys, we'll be white black and. I'm not going to say shots. What else? What should I convert shots to? I should say not tinfoil.
Turkey.
Smoke with us, you know we kill it. Shut
lifted. Test us, you finished. Now it's back to business. Ride with us, you know we get it. Slimmers, climb with us and we'll go get it. Pray with us, we'll get you lifted. Test us, you finished. Now it's back to business. Behind closed doors, prepping the mission, the vision occurs. What God is my I'm absurd to